Black Ops Cold War has a total of 45 trophies and a difficulty of 7 out of 10, with a time rate of 70 hours. Now, this is based upon a first-time playthrough of the game. It features trophies inside of every mode, not just the campaign and co-op mode, meaning you have to travel into multiplayer, zombies, Dead Ops Arcade, and campaign. I begin my journey with all the modes aside from the campaign because I knew this would be more torture, seeing as the Cold War campaign isn't very hard and is honestly a lot of fun. First off, on the cesspool of torture, I began with multiplayer.
Oh my god!
Seeing as the game just became free on PlayStation this month, I found lobbies very easily, and getting these 5 trophies would seemingly be an easy task. Now, I had already played this game before on PC, so my account had a lot of kills and kill streak kills and all that, so a couple of trophies regarding to that instantly unlocked once I did a single kill, because that's how it works apparently. Kind of a cheat, but I couldn't do anything about it, and I'm not really complaining.
How dare you!
Party Patrol.
I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
This trophy requires you to play Fireteam, a new game mode introduced with Cold War. Also, the last time it has been in a COD since it is extremely boring and very unimpactful to your life. I struggled to find lobbies for this game mode, then evidently gave up and decided to go after Mean Machine, which is much simpler and all you have to do is kill 100 people while in a vehicle, which I did in only 3 matches, and I actually got put into a lobby with the YouTuber right away, and I killed that poor man so much as he was just trying to get a calling card. Like, I actually abused that poor man more than his parents probably did when he was a child.
You fucking...
Now, after getting that, I rushed over to Fireteam again to finish off the last objective in multiplayer, just like your girl finished me off last night. Anyways, I got it after hours of torture and can gladly say I will never play this game mode again in my life. It actually sucks. Like, I don't know why Call of Duty made this mode. It just sucks. Almost as much as your mom does. Next up on the cessplate of fun times with Black Ops Cold War Platinum Trophy, I went into Zombies to do the 9 trophies available there. In fact, when I launched the Zombies game mode, all I had to do was go over to the perks section and just enter it because I already had all of them upgraded and all that. So I got 2 trophies pretty much immediately, again, just like multiplayer. And I'm just gonna say up front that I suck at this Easter egg. This is the part of the game where I spent the majority of my time, simply because I could not get the f***ing thing to work. Like, I deadass spent 6+ hours on and off camera trying to do the steps in order, but for whatever reason, the portal would not spawn in every single time. It would occasionally, but then after a while it just didn't, and I was left there with my cock in my hand, just confused on what was going on in my life.
Skill issue.
Anyways, I did every other trophy you can aside from the Easter egg one in the process of dying many times and questioning if reality is even a real thing. I reached a level of frustration where I didn't even get mad anymore. I legit just became depressed and looking like an interlinked motherfucker with no emotion aside from empty nothingness, just like my ex-girlfriend's personality. Also, why did they get this voice actor for the final guy? He legit sounds like he either needs a chromosome or to hop off the drugs because Buddy sounds lost with his $34 mic he's using.
I'm a monster. What did you do to me?
Like, this is a billion dollar game company, and this voice actor just... I'm sorry, man. We could have got Bobby Kotick to do it, and it probably would have been better. Anyways, after many hours of suffering and wanting to end it all and just go to sleep, I did the Easter egg. And if I would have died right here at the end, I kid you not, I would have done heinous things to the nearest orphanage. Now, I have never played Dead Ops Arcade once in my life, and there's only 5 trophies relating to it in the whole game. So going into this, I was honestly expecting it to be pretty easy. For example, I got a few trophies right away and was pleasantly surprised at how much fun this mode actually was. I had never seen much of anything about it when Cold War was in its life cycle, which is honestly disappointing because they have a great story and gameplay for it. This feeling of fun in a COD game, however, would dissipate very fast, because it took me around 4 hours to reach the very end of the rounds. I tried to play with other people and speed it up, but as Thanos once said, going solo is always better.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
After what seemed like forever, I finally reached the final boss you have to beat in order to free your friend, as they call it, which is just a giant cock. Dang, I really do sound like your mom. I only died once to the final boss, which is shocking because I died many times to way less difficult things on my journey to this point. And with that trophy done, I went back and explored a dungeon I had forgot about. Honestly, I didn't know it was there. And was finished with Dead Ops Arcade. Lord have mercy.
Stop the cap.
Ah, now that the hard part is done, we can finally relax in the campaign mode. Wait, the campaign mode is also broken sometimes and has ridiculously hard and retarded fights. Oh, okay, so it's just another COD veteran mode. Anyways, we begin our journey of gathering these final 24 trophies by playing through the entire campaign in veteran mode and attempting to pick up some side trophies on the way. The first mission consists of you, Adler, and your buddy Woods getting wasted drunk at the bar like your uncle does every night, and then going to shoot up a bunch of men like we're in Detroit. I end up dying right away and instantly getting my butt exposed to the pain, just like when... You know what? I'm just not gonna say it. After chasing this poor lad down, we interrogate him with multiple dialogue and story options, which is one of the things I love so much about this COD campaign, and it really sets it apart from others, because I can't remember a single other COD game where you can actually get multiple endings intentionally and choose dialogue options. If there is another one, let me know, because I just haven't played it. Anyways, we throw this off the roof, because why not?
That's what I'm saying.
Shortly after, approximately 18 hours to be exact, plane must have been late or something, because that's just ridiculous. It's a ridiculous amount of time. I was expecting more like 5 minutes. Nonetheless, we are chasing down the Tiger King back in his prime. We watch him kill 2 people right in front of a ton of other people, and honestly, if I was one of the guys standing right next to him, I would have pissed myself out of fear of what else he was going to do to me. I mean, obviously right after I dropped my pants and make sure he knew he was daddy.
What did he say?
We missed our sniper shot, which is complete BS because I clearly had it aimed right. After dying a little bit and then committing a war crime on the poor plane, we capture the son of a bitch and get a neat little reward for it. Other than his personal favors, of course.
Hey, yo!
After watching old war stock videos, we have a conversation about who the baddest operator is in Call of Duty. And we decide on Park, since she's in the game and is a real girl, unlike the one in your mind. Oh yeah, we also get to pick our race, gender, and name, and you can actually change them all unlike you weirdos try and do in real life. I went with the classic D's Nuts African Warlord as my chosen alias because that joke is still dead and I don't know why I keep making it.
Retard or what?
We follow Adler into Vietnam in a flashback mission, but boy oh boy, are those bullets real as I die many times to a bunch of poor men who are just watching their village be torn to shit by an Apache helicopter. Honestly, if we came 100 years earlier, they might have worshipped us like the sun god. The first side mission or other objective trophy is on this mission, and I ended up restarting completely because I missed it, which is sad because all you have to do is shoot a few Vietnamese children setting off fireworks for 4th of July. Sadly, they don't even know what that is. Before doing this to the poor children, however, I touched their fathers in a very sussy way, 5 times to be exact, and got awarded for such harassment. Too bad that doesn't work in real life because I tried it one time and all I got was a restraining order. After all that fun, the boys hop on a helicopter and begin to head home, only for the whole goddamn helicopter to get dropped out of the air immediately. I guess they were mad I touched them a little too much, if you know what I mean. Anyways, this is a prime example of veteran mode in action because I died more in this short amount of time than I have so far in this game. Then again, it is only the second mission. I also got a trophy for using 4 different weapon types, which is cool. We end up throwing a baby shower for Adler's baby mama, and I guess it's a girl because we got a trophy for it. Such generosity. God. I love Boo. We teleport back to reality and get slapped by Park with glasses. I'm not surprised she can pull it off. Adler takes us on a field trip to Germany and we end up killing quite a few locals for shits and giggles because, you know, we just American like that. I even went on a coffee date with this baddie, and somehow she ended up in my bedroom all tied up. What the kind of 50 Shades of Grey is going on here? Thankfully, I hid her in this random guy's apartment, and he didn't like the sexy stuff we were about to do. Must be a man of God or something. Nonetheless, the boys didn't want to cockblock me, so they broke in and rescued my ass. While this was happening, I chased down the poor lad who thought he was going to get some too, but I didn't kill him because Park told me not to, and you always want to make the pretty lady happy. We joined Woods in a stealth mission, infiltrating the Russian training facility, which is modeled after American cities. Low-key kind of f***ed, not gonna lie. But a solid 2 minutes after entering the base, I done messed up and killed too many commies, which caused an all-out war. Thankfully, Woods was rock solid with his aim, just like my... Yeah. After killing a few more fully aware Russians, we end up in a training facility and I shoot a little target practice to increase my aim assist. This mission, I would say, was honestly the hardest for me. We fight our first heavy Russian trooper. Even though they all weigh a ton, this was special because he just wouldn't die. It honestly made the armored soldiers from Modern Warfare 2 look easy. I died, however, over and over and over and over again. I finally beat him after nearly a half hour of agony. Let's just say a controller smash almost happened. This pent-up rage, however, didn't go away because as we were leaving this place for whatever reason, I just could not destroy these last two tanks. Which is honestly insane of them to have to take so many shots on this difficulty because you legit can barely do it unless you hit 100% of your bullets from the get-go. What I'm trying to say is, I wrote down one more of my 13 reasons why after getting this mission's trophy. Now I had enough of this game by now, so I just skipped the cutscenes and ended up in the middle of a snowy mountain of woods. God damn, it's so Russia right now. We ended up actually stealthing most of the way through this mission without much problem. And then we ran into another side objective I attempted for some dumbass reason. I don't quite know why. You have to shoot and kill 12 enemies by using explosive barrels while going up the crane elevator. It is literally suggested on the website to do it on recruit difficulty after beating the campaign, but I was feeling myself, just like Ice Spice. So I tried to do it on veteran, and honestly I got super close, but decided to give up because I spent more time on this part than I did on the whole mission. Before this though, I did get 2 of the trophies for killing 200 enemies total with ARs in the campaign, and shooting a man with a bow and arrow while ziplining. Low-key, really random, but that's cool. Next up, I cosplayed as a Russian and not a Chinese schoolgirl like your sister does on OnlyFans. I ended up killing lots of innocent, but probably not soldiers minding their own business, and took a trip back to chemistry class. I failed this objective almost as much as I did that class. But I did get the poison after a while and poured it into this old lad's drink as I watched him suffer, wishing it could have been you since you haven't liked and subscribed yet, and didn't even leave a comment. Jesus Christ.
I love you, bitch.
The Russians finally realized me and Adler aren't supposed to be there, and somehow they failed to kill us after literally ages, watching us stroll around their highly secured base. I guess we really are just the main characters. We eventually escape after we get the intel we needed, and watch as we become a Fast and Furious looking ass movie. I guess we're just all part of the same family now. We head to some random ass enemy compound to chase after the same guy we have been all game. And shockingly enough, we haven't found him. Seems to be a reoccurring thing in these COD games, I swear. It's crazy. We do, however, find out that the guy we have been after has a ton of nukes and is probably going to kill us all. Now that's bad and all, but I got a trophy for using the AC-130 on a bunch of commies the way God intended. And then we are faced with an impossible decision. Save Lazar or save Park. And since Park has boobs, I actually didn't even think twice about saving her. This whole game revolves around Bell, the character we play as primarily. But we find out throughout that he has actually been brainwashed into being the CIA's little puppet. This whole mission revolves around us choosing to follow Adler's war crimes in Vietnam again, or to not follow them. It is actually a super fun mission and probably one of my favorite in the entire COD franchise. We receive a total of 3 trophies on this mission for following his orders, not following his orders, and just finishing it off in general. After the horrible trip on acid Adler just forced into our buttholes, he asked us some final questions and I decided to tell him the truth. I don't know why I told him the truth. I think I might be retarded. Or some other mental illness we don't quite yet know. The doctors are perplexed by my case. Anyways, we had to go stop the nukes from being sent off by Perseus and all the Russians who just want us to stop harassing them in video games all the time. On our journey, we get another trophy for just shooting all the towers and trucks that are after us right away in the start. Low-key, I'm kind of disappointed in myself because I didn't get it first try, but it is what it is. Now, after we disable the big-ass guns the enemy has and get attacked by our own team, somehow we didn't die. I honestly don't know how, but I guess it's all just a canon event anyway. We end up on a nice, relaxing, romantic vacation with Adler, and that son of a bitch tries to kill us. But we don't go out with a fight and take him down with us. I don't know, all we see is him, it goes to black, and the credits roll. I was immensely disappointed when I failed to receive the platinum trophy here, but I did remember I forgot that one trophy back in the snow mission. Also, I didn't do 3 side quests that I was also not aware existed, much like how you don't know where your father is. So I quickly ran back and did all those receiving the trophies without even dying because I was on recruit, and god damn is that so much easier than veteran. The first quest I did consisted of us chasing after a random man in his motel, like a true food stamp individual. Then we jetted over to the one map from Cold War's multiplayer that I for some reason vividly remember making lots of videos on. Anyways, we chased down another guy and kill him. Then we exfil via Uber Eats helicopter, which is a thing for whatever reason I have yet to discover. And finally, we have to do the alternate ending to the campaign where we rat out Adler and murder everyone. I didn't even let that son of a bitch light a smoke. God damn it, he deserved to die with that side part haircut. And yeah, that was the Black Ops Cold War Platinum experience.